Yeah, attorneys for Baldwin have filed a motion in court to remove the special prosecutor appointed by Santa Fe District Attorney. The motion claiming the current special prosecutor, which is Andrea Reeb, cannot legally act as a special prosecutor while simultaneously serving as a Republican member of the New Mexico House of Representatives.
That's the argument. We're going to take up the case in National Report Court. Brian Silber is a criminal defense attorney, and for the purposes of this segment, he will present the view of Baldwin's attorneys. Thane Rosenbaum is a professor at Touro University, and he will speak on behalf of the special counsel, of course, arguing that they should remain on the case. Welcome, gentlemen, and thanks so much for coming on. Brian, let me start with you. We've got a statement from Baldwin's attorneys, what they had to say in their filing submitted to the court. They say this: the special prosecutor in the case, Andrea Reeb, is a member of the New Mexico House of Representatives under Section 1 of Article 3 of the New Mexico Constitution. However, a sitting member of the legislature may not exercise any powers properly belonging to either the executive or judicial branch. What's the strategy here, Brian? Why are they raising this issue?
So first of all, you need to understand the general context of criminal defense. It's called challenging the state. You're supposed to look at every little detail in the case and ask the tough questions, and then a judge or a jury will make a decision. So there's nothing wrong with them asking a question. That's their job. That's what they're supposed to be doing. Now, insofar as the issue is concerned, it's a separation of powers issue. This is fundamental to how our government is organized. And if the statute, the law in that state says you cannot be a member of the legislature and also be a member of the executive branch that conducts prosecutions or the judicial branch, then it's plain and simple. They just can't do it. They need to find someone else who does. It's not anything nefarious. And I got to tell you something. I take issue with the comments that this prosecutor's office has made disparaging the motion. There's nothing wrong here. They're totally within their rights to ask these questions, and it's called due process. And you know what? When you're a prosecutor accusing someone of a crime, especially something as weak as this case, which is going to be a big fat L for the prosecution, you know what? You take your lickings and you respect the fact that this is a judicial process.
Thane, the other side here, the special counsel, Andrea Reeb, had this to say when she was originally appointed. She writes this, quote, "Everybody's equal under the law. It doesn't matter if he's a liberal, Democrat, and I'm a conservative Republican. My job has always been to prosecute crimes and hold defendants accountable and help victims. In this case, it's no different," unquote. So is it lawful for Reeb to act as both prosecutor and a member of the House of Representatives there in New Mexico? Thane, your thoughts?
Well, Sean, it's true that our system is based on a separation of powers of co-equal branches of government. But there's also another reality here, is that this is not the state of Florida or New York or California. This is New Mexico. It is not a populous state. The state legislators don't even get paid. The special prosecutor is being brought in from a different district of New Mexico, meaning they've decided that the New Mexicans are going to try to bring their single best prosecutor to the table here, to the courtroom. Why? Alec Baldwin has hired 3 nationally renowned criminal defense attorneys from 3 different states. I'm sorry to use this horrible example or analogy, but 3 hired guns, right? And, you know, they're fully loaded in again, horrible metaphor. And New Mexicans are going to be spending a lot of money on this case, and prosecutions are not brought to lose. They believe that a crime was committed, and they believe that it needs to be prosecuted to the best that they can. And I think it's clear that in other states, perhaps there are many, many prosecutors they could have called upon who are not also state legislators, but I suspect that's the argument they're going to make. Just because I'm a Democrat or a liberal, that doesn't mean that my political considerations will enter into my prosecutorial decision-making.
And it looks like, for now, at least, they're going full steam ahead with the special counsel set the way it is, and Baldwin's attorneys will have to present his case in court. Brian, just because you were so passionate that you believe Alec Baldwin's going to be okay in this case, could you just tell our viewers how you came to that conclusion?
I can't tell you he's going to be okay because I can't guess what a jury's going to do. But the way I look at this case is the guy is an actor on a movie set being handed a prop. okay? It's a prop. It wasn't a firearm. He was not at a gun range. He was not at a hunting expedition. He was not somewhere like in a gun shop handling a firearm. He was told, here is your prop, so you can pretend and play fake cowboy while we film it, okay? To accuse this guy of committing a crime under these conditions is outrageous. It's absolutely outrageous. He's not guilty. He'll never be guilty. But, you know, does a jury get it? I can't speak to that. I don't have a crystal ball. But this case should have never been brought against him. Other people maybe, but not against him. He was simply an actor playing out a role on a fake set, playing pretend. It's that simple.
He wasn't just that. He was a producer.
Would have never pointed it at that lady.
He was a producer as well. That's the other argument, right? Not just an actor, but also a producer on the film. Would it be negligence there and oversight? We got to leave it right there. Brian Silber, Thane Rosenbaum, always a great discussion with both of you. Great legal minds. Thank you.
Thank you.
Got it.